How's it going, everyone? So this is my Paladin, vegan cult leader, and I just got the T2 kills for both Rathma and Dclone. So I got Rathma yesterday, which is 39th Paladin on softcore to kill Rathma, and Dclone was today. So I just wanted to go over my build, just in case anyone else wanted to attempt doing it like this, because I would dare say that it's not the most effective setup. I feel like physical pally, either charge or smite or any of them just lacks damage. I haven't played around with the spell build, the caster. But yeah, just from testing and things offline, I went with Zeal as opposed to Charge because I used to play uh, D2 way back in the day as a kid, and I really like Zeal, so um, kind of just stuck with it. Wanted to see if it could work, um, and I would say that it may not be better than Charge, but it's definitely viable. But it can be quite gear dependent. So you'll see that my gear is fairly decent. High Lords could have had a +2 all. I'm not super rich. Um, do have some decent gear though. So we'll go over the skills. So you'll see that I went with concentration as opposed to fanaticism, and the reason for this is because we hit our IAS max frames without fanaticism, so there's no point. I could go fanaticism and put in different jewels, sure. It would, minus requirement jewels could bring the strength down, which would have been an option. Um, could have gotten a bit more life out of it. Um, but yeah, the other reason why I went with concentration was because if you don't need the attack speed and you want a bit more of a budget-friendly setup, you get more damage at max level and you get more attack rating. So attack rating was a little bit of an issue for me. You'll see that the Doombringer has ignore target's defense. As far as I know, that only works on white mobs, which there are white mobs in the fights. So you've got Dclone, you've got the skeletons, Rathma, you've got the Doom Knights. Um, as far as I know, it works on them. I don't notice attacks missing too often, maybe once every so often. But otherwise, attack rating is still important. So I'll just show. So with Zeal unbuffed, I think we got up to about 10k attack rating, give or take. Yeah. So, and that was about, I think about an 80% chance to hit Dclone. Um, it's really hitting the boss, which is where we struggled a little bit. But as for the ads, there wasn't too much of an issue. Um, so the thing I like about the Paladin is that you don't need to have ridiculous plus resistance gear. So you'll see I've got it here. I did go for the max lightning resist because I feel like you're always getting caught in that hose. Um, and I got some fire resist there. So you'll see that to cap it off, I've gone into resist fire and resist lightning. Now you can do this with Zeal because it's only got one synergy as opposed to charge having two. I went 1 point into Joust, and you'll see in the Joust is very important for positioning to get out of tight situations and also to capitalize on killing priority targets. Okay, so I'm currently wearing my Dclone setup. So we had 90 fire, 90 light. Um, we were at the. If I had better charms or better gear in general, I would have tried to hit this 86 FHR cap. Testing with that FHR cap offline, your character will never stagger. Sorry, that's the other thing I forgot to mention with concentration. So the chance uninterruptible, I don't think it's quite the same as FHR. I think it's its own separate little mechanism. But when you're at that 86 breakpoint with this, nothing interrupts anything. You can basically just walk through everything, attack uninterrupted. Um, yeah, it's really ideal. Um, so we had a bit of deadly strike, bit of crushing blow, critical strike from the G-Bane. Um, that's about it really. So for Rathma, uh,
It's locked.
uh, my charms were obviously a bit different, but I'll just chuck the gear on. Okay. And the reason we had this ring here, I'll explain everything in a sec. Okay, so we lose the dexterity, that's okay. All right, so yeah, Andy's helm, self-explanatory. We didn't have the High Lords we had. So PLR amulet, this is the one that I used on my jabs on. So I couldn't find anything. I don't really craft that much. So this is the best I had. Still a really good amulet. It would have been nice if it had paladin skills. Now I went with this setup so I could have the gloves and the boots because otherwise I just feel like I was lacking way too much damage. Um, so that was nice having the extra crushing blow, deadly strike, the ED. The bad thing is the strength requirements, more so with the Dclone setup because I didn't have Andy's visage, so I wasn't getting the extra strength necessary to wear these gloves. Um, So soul drainers, I was trying to get a pair of 10 IAS soul drainers. People were being really dodgy on the website, so I just didn't bother. This was the next best thing, went with that. Nature's Peace for all attributes, which came in handy. We didn't body pop for Rathma, but we did for Dclone. If you don't know what body popping is, that just means that uh, your gear is allowing you to wear items of higher strength or dexterity, pretty much. You'll find when you die, you're rather than everything re-equipping, the gear piece will sit in your inventory, and then you'll need to get your strength back up using something like this. So this ring was actually really good. It had a lot of things that we needed. I could have gone a PLR ring. Once again, it was easier for me to buy this off someone than it was to find a PLR ring that went with a PLR belt. So it's just a bit easier to find a slot. I was almost going to go for a Dwarf Star in that slot. The fire resist life, all that stuff would have helped, but I really needed the stats and the resistances. So this ring, I think I bought it for maybe a gull. Honestly, I think this is worth like multiple high runes. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the setup. CTA, not the best, not the worst either. And then two all skill lidless, so didn't have the three all skiller there. Um, and that was the Rathma setup. Dclone, sorry, not Dclone, Lucian would be similar to uh, the Dclone setup. Wrong ring. I would just have the wisp projector here. High Lords would still be on. That's pretty much it, I think. Still hit the 90 light res. Yeah, I would just switch out the ring for a wisp projector, and I don't have the dex because uh, I was getting my stats, just the stats necessary to do declone and nothing else. I'm probably gonna start playing hardcore at some point. Just about had enough of softcore this season. Yeah, so I'm gonna post some footage of the fights. Unfortunately, they weren't the actual kills online. They are offline kills, but nonetheless, you still get a showcase of Zeal, something a little bit different.